basically, have we experienced the death of the manifold altogether, or is there still going to be a place for it in the future? Something to that effect.
Okay. What say you, Jim?
I I would care to say we'll still see manifolds for probably the next 3 to 5 years, but I think we're going to slowly transition away and go over to probes. Would be my guess. A lot of good reasons: lower losses, easier to use, more compact. I've been using both field piece and Testo for quite a while, and you can carry everything you need in one little case and get your job done really quickly. And I don't know. I also like the low loss of the probes and just the convenience of them. So I honestly think we're going to see a transition away, but there's still probably, if I had to put a guess on it, I bet you only 10% of the market or less is using any kind of smart probes on a regular basis. I think still the majority of the market is still using manifolds.
Smart probes, to me, that's a huge win. I don't know why anyone would use a manifold unless there's a specialty reason I don't know about.
So when you say 3 to 5 years, is that just kind of a throw in the air, or do you think that ties in with 3 to 5 years having a huge segment of the industry's technicians retiring?
I think retirement's going to be a big thing. Got all the younger guys coming in, transitioning over to newer technologies. But also, in general, we are such a slow industry to change. Bill Spohn and I really launched the first digital manifold. I can't tell you who launched first, honestly, us or DigiCool, because Testo 523 and the DigiCool came out almost exactly at the same time. That goes back a long time. I mean, that's maybe 15 years ago now. And we still don't have digital manifolds as commonplace. I mean, I would expect almost every single manifold out there to be digital, but I'll bet you again, they're only 30 to 40% of the manifolds out there might be digital today. I think people are transitioning over to it, but it just doesn't seem like it's caught on mainstream like analog gauges have. I think a lot of it's cost too. If you think about the other thing that's crazy, I was judging an HVAC competition today. 1989, I graduated from school and I went to work for PK Wadsworth in Solon. I think I went to work for $8 and some change an hour. And in about a year or so, I was up to $13 an hour. And they're talking about starting techs, and these guys are like making $10 to $13 an hour starting. And I'm thinking, my gosh, at 1989, $13 an hour, look at the cost of gas, the cost of buying a car, the cost of milk, the cost of living, period. I could get so much more for my money in 1989 than I could today making that same amount of money. So the other thing I think is we see the shortage of technicians, I think it's going to drive up wages. When that drives up wages, we're going to get more disposable income. And then guys will, be investing more in their trade. But when you start a guy off at poverty level and then expect him to go out and buy top of the line tools, he's going to buy what he can to get by, not necessarily what he wants. I think that's probably the biggest problem we have is just low wages in the industry to start. As far as I'm concerned, if you're coming out of school, you shouldn't be paid anything less than $15 an hour starting wage. I mean, that's just a reasonable starting wage for somebody, especially when you look at cost of living.
If you would like to support HVAC Shop Talk, please go to subscribestar.com/Zach-Ciota.